The people that enjoy comedy the most are the people that can live inside their own embarrassment, because that's what comedy is, you know? And when you have that confidence and that ability to make fun of yourself and be okay with an embarrassing situation, even if it's somebody else saying their own embarrassing situation, and you're able to laugh at it, that means you're mature enough to understand that it's not life or death, it's just jokes.
Is that where you kind of gain inspiration for most of your bits? Just studying the human mind and our actions?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. I love watching people. And I mean, most comics, that's what we do. We observe human interaction. And that's why people are like, oh my God, that's so true. Oh my God, that's me. And it's because we see people do it. Now it's just figuring out, is it funny? Is it an observation that they're willing to that's the other part of it. Is it an observation that the audience is willing to accept? Like I was trying to do this whole bit about how nowadays we have unlimited options on almost everything. There's so many restaurants, so many different type of mustard, so many streaming services, so many TV shows you could watch, and somehow we all end up still watching and eating the same thing, And when I said that on stage, some people laughed, some didn't. And I was like, they're not ready to acknowledge that we all fall in the same category, as much as you want to. You're not really that avant-garde. You're not really that extreme.
Do you think certain bits like that just hit people too hard and they're not willing to accept the reality they're in?
I think a lot of people don't accept the reality they're in anyway. It's not that it hits them hard, it's just a confusing concept, because the people that enjoy comedy the most are the people that can live inside their own embarrassment, because that's what comedy is, and when you have that confidence and that ability to make fun of yourself and be okay with an embarrassing situation, even if it's somebody else saying their own embarrassing situation, and you're able to laugh at it, that means you're mature enough to understand that it's not life or death, it's just jokes. And you'll see it especially on the internet. You'll see comments where people are like, ooh, I feel bad for that. And I'm like, well, that's because you haven't accepted who you are. You're not ready for comedy,
That's interesting. Do you think a lot of comedians kind of gain their material from their own life struggles and what they've gone through?
Yeah. I mean, yes, essentially yes, because that's what we all do. We all make choices based on what we've gone through and things like that, and life struggles. And it's a cliche that I'm not a fan of, and I think Seinfeld isn't a fan of it either. The idea that you need to go through trauma to be funny. We're all traumatized, all of us. Some really traumatized to where people are like, yeah, I wouldn't want in your life. But the idea of being born is trauma, just how you handle it. How do you perceive it? How are you going to take it? What direction will it push you, and with that, I think you definitely do get inspired by life. You have to. There has to be something in it that makes it funny. Even down in Mitch Hedberg's, I got a receipt for a donut. That happened, When have I ever been in a situation to return a donut? That happened, And to Bill Burr's, I got a gun. That's his life. So yeah, you definitely do get inspired by life.